All right, all right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope everybody doing good. We'll get started in about 2 more minutes and give everybody enough time to get on. This is a special call. Let's see, make sure everybody on. All right. Can let me know in the chat box how your day going. Let me know in the chat box how your day going. Stop share. Let's see. Got a good little bit of people on. Hope everybody having a blessed evening. Yeah, let me know in the chat box how your day going. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, we're gonna get started. We're gonna kick it off in about 2 more minutes. Give everybody enough time to get on. We have a couple more calls going on currently at the moment, so we'll give everybody enough time to get in, so they won't miss these gems from our awesome brother Mo and our Shahab. So we're gonna make sure we get everybody on. Let's see. All right, all righty, all righty. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we have this evening, we had an awesome brother Mo on with us this evening. We also have Mr. Shahab, we also have Mr. Pine Ward on with us this afternoon. These fellas, these gentlemen are going to give us some information this evening and that's with some gems we can use and profit from. So we're gonna go ahead and kick this bad boy off. This call is also being streamed live to Facebook, for a couple other groups. But I will say this before we get started. If you're watching on Facebook Live, please, ma'am, please, sir, please get on the actual Zoom call. Because guess what? At the end of this call, we're gonna give away $300. But I don't know you on call, you on Facebook Live, you don't have a chance to win it. So I need to be able to see your name in the participant box over here on the right side of on my screen so I can get that money away. So make sure you're actually on the actual Zoom call, mclzoom.com, and you can also bless that link to somebody else, a friend or family, and get them on this call as well. And we're gonna make sure they are good. So we're gonna go ahead and kick it off. Appreciate you, gentlemen, brother Mo, Shahab, Gordon. I'm gonna kick it off and turn it over to you guys. You guys are also co-hosts. You can share your screen whenever you get ready.
Hi, good evening. How's everyone doing? Thank you for joining me and Brother Shahab. Oh boy. Uh, Hold on one second, y'all. Having some. Hey, Brother Shahab, can you just go ahead and lead? I'm having some technical issues right now on my screen.
No
Sorry
worries.
about that, y'all. Shoot.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
see
sir.
your screen. You good, though, sir?
So while brother Mo is setting up his screen, I just wanted to show you guys something. This is our results from the calls that we've made. I'm making calls in DCG and in another group, but from 2023, I'm making calls exclusively inside DCG. So this is our track record so far. There's only few calls that have been in the red, but not by much. And we've had pretty much a hit rate of 85, 90% on our calls on the NFT side. And if you followed on each one of the calls that we made, if you bought at least one of each one that we've called, it would have cost 13 Ethereum, 13.4, and you would have ended up with 31.5 Ethereum. So from this is from last July, and this is how we've been performing in the bear market. And since December, we've been seeing a mini bull run. So December has been pretty good for us. January is also pretty good. Brother Mo, is your screen fixed?
So in each today, that would have been about 28,000, Shahab,
28,000 in
on
each
all the
day.
alpha calls.
If you just bought one of each, yes, I recommend to buy like two or
Okay.
three of them each, so that you can de-risk one of them and then hold the other one. And we also call when to sell it. I'm gonna give you guys another call on sometime on this call, something that you can get into right now for a good profit. The way I do calls, so Brother Mo and I, we make a good team together because we both have a different way of trading. Brother Mo has his own way of trading. The way I trade is I don't look for quick pump and dumps. I try to find plays that I have a high conviction in, and then we do all the research on that project, and we only go in when we have a high conviction. So I'll show you some of the calls that we made a few months ago. And even if you didn't sell it right away, for example, we called Shell's Orb at 0.06. This was like 3 months ago. And even if you forgot to sell it, you would still be up right now. It's almost zero point 0.1. So it's 30% higher than a few months ago. If you look at another call here, um, Oniforce, we call it 0.25. Right now it's over 1 Ethereum, so that's 4x. So those are the type of projects that I'm looking at that are long-term bullish. Even if it dips a little bit lower, you can sleep easy because you know that this project it's the real deal. It's not a rug, it's not a pump and dump. And when we post the calls, I do all the research on the back end, and then we will do a write-up, and I will talk about why I'm bullish on this call. We will talk about this one later on. But this is the way that I work. I only go into things that have a very high conviction, and I can be sure that we have a high likelihood of being in the green, and the results show for it. But if you were to follow on these calls, I would recommend to buy at least one of each one. Because for example, if you miss all the calls and then you buy one of the ones that are in the red and you're down like 25% or 44%, don't go all in on any specific call, but try to buy into every single call that we make. And usually we call 2-3 projects every week on the DCG weekly call. And I'm going to give you guys at least one call on today's call. Brother
is
Mo, if you're ready, you
awesome.
can.
Looking at
Sorry, go ahead.
that is awesome. Looking at the return that you can get. You know, during a bear market, you had a lot of people scrambling. You had a lot of people who was like all on Twitter. Oh my God, it's going down. It's going down. But you had a lot of people in a bear market profiting off of NFTs, just coins in general. That is amazing to accumulate. You know, it's 33 ETH.
We had some.
And if you look at it right now, how much would that actually be if you were holding just 33 ETH?
Most of the projects, if you were still holding them and you forgot to sell them, they'll still be up right now. Because those are the type of plays that we go into. And you can notice that we will call several entries on the same project. So we called Oniforce first time, then we called it again. So these are projects that we understand really well in DCG. We talk about them all the time. And then we know when the market is going to move. And then we called the same project over and over again, and we can profit from it. December has been crazy. We had calls like Prime Ape, key cards 0.18, and it went to 1 ETH in the same day. We had pledges. This was one of our main plays in the DCG in December. We called them this was the second call. The first call, I think it was around 0.3. And the pledges were the ones that allowed you to buy the mutant collars to mint them if I'm correct, it was at 0.25. You can mint the collars at 0.25. And then the collars on the secondary was 2 ETH. So that was a pretty big profit in December. December was a very crazy month. We made a good amount of ETH on our calls on Helix. Helix was one of our main plays in November. And then we had several other plays. And there is another play that we're getting into in January that I'm going to discuss today. And then on next week's call, there is another ecosystem that we're going to go into that's going to be the DCG play for February.
Hello, Shahab, Brother Mo. Just a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
Can you just clarify, not in real extensive detail, but when you say the word ETH, Can you let our audience know that it is a crypto coin and that it has to be purchased for a lot of the NFTs that are available for people?
Yeah, so most of the NFTs that you buy are going to be bought using Ethereum. You can buy Ethereum on platforms like KuCoin, Binance, and those are the platforms that you can hold your coins on. But if you want to buy NFTs, let me share my screen. Okay. So when you buy NFTs, you have to send that Ethereum into a hot wallet. That hot wallet is the one that we use is MetaMask. And we can buy NFTs from a secondary market. The main one is OpenSea. And what MetaMask does is that it will automatically connect to the website. So you have to move when you buy the coins on Binance, you have to move the coins to your MetaMask wallet, and MetaMask works with Ethereum. And then once you have the coins in your MetaMask wallet, you can go into OpenSea. It's one of the platforms that people buy and sell NFTs. Your wallet is automatically connected to the platform, and then all you have to do is just add to cart and then approve the transaction, and that's how you buy the NFT. You can also buy Ethereum directly on MetaMask. There's options to buy using your card. And you can use that Ethereum to buy NFTs on OpenSea. But Brother Mo he goes over this every week in the class. Of if we have any beginners here, we do 5-10 minutes in the beginning to show people how to buy NFTs, and we can do something for people who are new. We can do a session in which we teach you how to buy the crypto, how to move it to your hot wallet, and how to use it to buy NFTs.
Exactly. So you good now, Brother Shahab?
Yes, for now, I'll let you take over, and then we can go over a couple plays after that.
Okay, cool. All right, sorry, y'all. Everyone calls me Brother Mo. Had a little technical glitch, so thank you, Brother Shahab, for taking over. And Brother Shahab is one of our mastermind gems. He's very excellent at what he does. He's always providing value. So if you decide to come into DCG, which is a choice, then you'll benefit from his learning as well as myself, as well as a whole mastermind team. So let me ask everyone a question. Does everyone on this call right now, do they know what an NFT is? If you know what if you don't know what an NFT is, put a 1. If you do know what an NFT is, put in a 2, please, in the chat. Okay, so everyone knows what an NFT is. Oh wow, we ain't got no 1s. All right, okay. Oh, I got a 1. Okay, I got 2. All right, somebody put 3. Okay, someone's trying to be funny. I see, Sister Elena. All right, so let me do this real quick. For those who might not know what an NFT is, I'm just gonna share my screen and we're gonna play like a quick 2-minute video. Then I'm gonna talk about how you can get into some NFT plays that cost like $1 to $10 and up to flip them. Because right now we're in the bear market, so there's you know inside DCG Mastermind we find more than one way to skin a cat to make money. All right, so let's go ahead and let me share my screen. Let's see. Does everyone see my screen? Can you let me know in the chat, please? Let me see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right. So I'm gonna play this video on what an NFT is for those who don't know. And if you don't hear the audio, please interrupt me.
So I'm going to describe what an NFT is in the most basic terms I can. NFT stands for non-fungible token. Fungible means something is able to be exchanged or substituted and will hold the same value. It's interchangeable, like the dollar, gold, casino chips, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or frequent flyer loyalty points. If I lend you $10 cash and you return to me 2 $5 banknotes, I'm fine with that because even though they are different, they hold the same total value. They're fungible. So non-fungible obviously means it's an asset that can't be substituted. It has unique attributes that make it different from something else in the same asset class, like a painting, a theatre ticket, a house, a video game skin, a trademark, or a CryptoKitty, which was the first real use case to take off on the Ethereum blockchain in 2017. Some of these assets are physical and tangible, and others are digital and intangible. So NFTs are non-fungible tokens. Token refers to a digital certificate stored on a secure distributed database called a blockchain. So NFTs are digital assets, publicly verifiable intellectual property authenticated on a blockchain. A popular place to currently browse a variety of NFTs is on OpenSea.io. It's an exciting space. I believe the NFT space will continue to grow in the coming years, with some popular use cases being digital art, virtual land, gaming, collectibles, finance, and much more. I thought this was worth explaining because I think we'll be talking a lot more.
Okay, so y'all, so that's basically what an NFT is. And so this is something that me and Brother Shahab do every week. We also have a NFT beginners class. If you decide to join us inside DCG, that'll break everything down for you. So I just wanted to share this video for those who might not know what an NFT is. I personally love NFTs. You know, I started with cryptos, stock options, then I fell in love with NFTs, and this is pretty much, you know, that's pretty much my lane. So the one thing I love about NFTs, one thing I want to talk to you about is that, you know, Brother Shahab talked about OpenSea, where it's a marketplace where you could purchase NFTs, but there's also another secret sauce that we have inside DCG, which is, let me just show you the PowerPoint. So I don't know, I wish I could hide this, but oh well. Anyways, it says here, how DCG can teach you how to make money from NFTs that cost $1 to $10 and up. So our secret sauce is Nifty Gateway. If you don't know what Nifty Gateway is just basically an NFT marketplace. And one of the great things that I love and several of us love inside DCG about Nifty Gateway is that if you're not familiar with NFTs or whatever the case may be, you can use a credit card. You know, you could use a credit card. I believe you could use Stripe. I think you can also use your bank ACH debit, I believe. So that's the one thing I like about NFT Gateway, especially for those who don't know how to purchase NFT. This is really an easy way to purchase NFTs through Nifty Gateway. So let me show you Nifty Gateway. So this is Nifty Gateway right here. Okay, so this is Nifty Gateway. And so here's a $1 play. And this is and the reason why I like these $1 plays is because, like I said, you can purchase this with a credit card, debit card. It's easy to sign up to register. You can link your bank account. And these depending on the artist, now not every single artist that does a $1 drop will sell well. So just for transparency. So I don't want you guys thinking that, you know, everything that you purchase that you make money every single time. It doesn't work that way. It's really like the law of averages. So, but this particular artist, what I do is I do the research on artists. So this particular artist I like, and you know, I take a look at their past sales history and everything, and they have been selling pretty good. So this is a $1 NFT that normally those of us inside DCG will get into. We'll go in and purchase for $1. As you can see, there's been 203 people that has minted this. So I believe that this one will sell. Now I have seen $1 NFTs, like for example, I seen a $1 NFT, it had edition number of 666. I know that those of us who are church folks, 666, you know, we're very, you know, not too crazy about that number, but I've seen a $1 NFT with that edition number sell for $666, believe it or not. You know, so, and sometimes people, when they're buying these NFTs, they have a certain attachment to numbers, whatever the case may be, whether you believe it or not. But these $1 NFTs do sell if you buy the right one from the right type of artist. So I will drop this particular link in the chat for you guys. So those are the type of NFTs that we be looking at. And let me just show you the type of money that you can make with them. All right. So right here, this was somebody inside DCG. This was a $1 NFT that sold for $3.75. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's not much money, but see, we have a strategy with this with the $1 NFTs. So the strategy is to make at least $1 back plus some profit. Now, again, it depends on your edition number. If you have a low edition number, this one right here could easily sell for $10, $20, $30. It happens all the time. So don't sneeze at $3.75, especially in the bear market. Now, if you're doing this on a consistent basis, your bank account will definitely start to grow. Now, here's another NFT this one was $2.23. Somebody inside our DCG group was able to sell it for $7. Okay, so they made back their initial investment plus some profit. So this is good. So this is the type of stuff that we teach inside DCG. Now let me show you some other price points. Now this one was mine. I bought this one for $10. I sold it for $25. Somebody somebody inside our group inside DCG. They purchased this for $69 and sold it for $410. And if you can see the data, the date was just recent. It was just like a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so, and these are like NFTs that I researched myself, along with Brother Shahab and others in the group, that we researched the artists. We have a list of NFT artists that we've created that we pay attention to. So when they drop, those are the ones that we go in to buy, to flip, to hold, or whatever the case may be. But this person was able to sell for $410. Okay, and then right here we had a sister inside our group inside DCG. I found this particular artist. Now this one was a NFT that was purchased for $21, and she was able to sell it for $132. And she actually, I think, had 2 of these that she sold for this price point. So the thing is that you can make money with NFTs, and as long as we get into the right NFT artists and everything else like that, you can make money even in a bearish market. Okay, so let me see if there's any questions. Does anyone have any questions? It says right here, if you buy with debit credit card, will your profits be in ETH? No, your profits won't be in ETH. Now on Nifty Gateway, let me go back to Nifty Gateway. On Nifty Gateway, you can link your MetaMask wallet right here. Let me see. Give me 1 second. You can link this MetaMask wallet to your Nifty Gateway account. The only time that you would receive payment in Ethereum is if you purchase this NFT in Ethereum, then you're gonna get paid in Ethereum. If you purchase with a debit or a credit card, you're gonna get paid in fiat, in dollars. So that's basically how it works. Hopefully that answered your question, Kai. So these are some of the plays that we get into. You know, here's a $1 NFT. The 173 has been minted so far. Here's three $1 NFTs. What is his name? Salvador Dali. I think he's a famous artist. So let me see. You're welcome, my man. So these are the type of NFTs that we get into. And so, you know, this is kind of like my lane. Brother Shahab has his lane, but we work great together as a team, because I learn from him, he learns from me, and et cetera, as well as everyone inside DCG. Does someone have a question?
Yes, if I purchase an NFT from the website, how quickly can I flip it?
You can flip it as soon as the drop is over. So as you can see right here, it says that this drop is over in 33 minutes. So once the drop ends, you can go into your account here and then go ahead and list it. And then we also teach you, you know, what price points you should consider looking to sell it. So there's different metrics. There's a few metrics that we use to determine how we're going to price it. So it's just we give you suggestions and you can decide what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I told someone to sell a dollar NFT for like $10, and they decided to sell it for $30, and it actually sold. So it's really up to you. But so that's basically how it works. And then another thing I just want to share with you guys, this is a limited time offer where you can earn a free mystery box. So Tungo is a NFT music Web3 platform. I'll go ahead and put this just to give you guys some more value. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat. I would recommend that you enter your name and put your email address, and it'll tell you what steps you need to do. You will have to register for Tungo in order to claim the free pack. But so I just want to throw that out there to you guys that's on the call. Let me see if there's any questions. A Victor said, is it more valuable when it has a lower number edition? I would say for the most part, yes, but it depends. It really depends, to be honest with you, A Victor. If it's a really popular artist, then yes, for the most part, a low edition number will sell higher than one that's a higher edition number. But that doesn't always work out that way. I've seen a 430 sell for higher than a number 10 or a number 5. So again, people have certain attachments to numbers, whether you believe it or not. I mean, I'm not here to judge, but it is what it is. So it just really depends. So, okay, you're welcome. But that's about it, brother Mike. For me, I'll pass it back to Brother Shahab if there's no other questions, and I'll go ahead and put the links inside for y'all. Let me stop sharing.
Yes,
You
sir.
ready, Brother Shahab?
I appreciate that.
You're welcome, brother. Let me stop share. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You good? You good?
Okay. So the way I do plays is a little bit different from Brother Mo. My method is I look for 1 to 3 plays every month that I have a high conviction in. So I'll research a project, and it will be 1 to 3 projects that we will get into for the month. The next project, I'll share a call with you guys. There's several of you here who are not in the DCG, so you can't see the calls right now, but I'll paste it here because I believe not everyone here has access to the DCG chat. The project is the G tag from 10KTF. So 10KTF is one of the main NFT companies. One of them is Yuga Labs. 10KTF is the one that connects all of the ecosystems together. And they came up with this G tag because there are several Genesis items in 10KTF, and the tag enables you can burn a Genesis item, and you can get a G tag and a blank item. So we are speculating that the supply on this G tag is going to be limited in the future, and that would create a price movement, an opportunity to profit from this. And this is one of our main calls going forward. And this could be from anywhere. It could be a hold of a few days to a few weeks. And it's a pretty safe play to go into at 0.489. And what you can also do is that you can put an offer on these G tags. For putting an offer, you have to get wrapped Ethereum. There are several ways of wrapping Ethereum. You can go through it in the DCG call. But if you do it that way, you can get a deal 10% less than the price they're listed at. So I posted all the information on this call. This is the type of research that we do, and this is how we do the calls. I will give you guys one more since we're all here. The other one, this is a project that we went into a few months ago. And tomorrow they're doing a public mint. So they minted out 8,000 items, and they're going to mint around 700-800 items tomorrow. to complete their mint. This is a project that is affiliated with the Nice brothers. If you've seen the show Umbrella Academy on Netflix, and they are laying out their roadmap after they mint out tomorrow. So I believe there's going to be announcements that will create some price movements. And I will give you some extra information that is not available to public, because in DCG we can personally communicate with a lot of these projects and get information that other groups don't have access to. So if you get the afterlife trait, if you pick the ones that have the afterlife trait, these are slightly above the floor price, like by $40, I think. They give you a significant boost in the staking. So if you get this one, and it's potentially a flip either tomorrow after the mint, or if you can hold it for a few days, because they're going to be laying out their roadmap over the next few days. So that's another play we can get into. I'll post the links in the chat. And there's one more thing that I have for everyone today. We are doing a DCG challenge, a 1 Ethereum challenge. So everybody who's here, I'm going to share the wallet for this challenge. This is their DCG wallet. You can see that we've already bought a G tag, and you can track and see the trades that we're making with this challenge. And we will see where we are in a few weeks with the Ethereum that we've started with. And we will be doing several of these challenges in 2023. Just to show people how much we can make starting with 1 Ethereum or 5 Ethereum. And 1 Ethereum, this one is for the 1 Ethereum, so I'll post the link to the wallet so that you guys can track it. Any questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The project you just showed, the Shelter Orb,
Yes.
you said they're doing a mint tomorrow.
Yes.
Do you have the link for that mint? Or the mint information, or was it
It's
pre-mint?
they have a public mint, and they have a whitelist mint. So the price, you have to check the price is the prices are different for public and private. I think the whitelist is like 0.089, and I believe the public is like 0.12. And if you mint it tomorrow, you have a 4x chance of getting a rare, because they have several one-of-ones that are in this whatever is left to mint out. So they've already minted 860, and there are 8,160 are already minted out. They did this a few months ago. They left out 840 to mint in the future, because they were planning to do a partnership with Binance, and Binance agreed to do a partnership with them. It was supposed to be the first project that was going to be minted on the Binance DEX network. Things didn't work out for them. Binance was taking too long, so they canceled their deal with Binance, and they decided to go with OpenSea. So they will be minting in 17 hours through OpenSea. And I believe because the price is so low for this project, it's not reflecting. It's one of the best art that I've seen in any NFC project. I will. You can take a look. I'll show you in a bit, but I'm gonna drop the link for you here.
Okay, appreciate it. So I'm sorry. So the mint is, you're minting off of OpenSea then?
Yes, this is minting on OpenSea. Originally, they had planned to be the first project to be minted on Binance, but Binance agreed to it, and it was all set up. But things didn't work out, so they switched over to OpenSea. And I feel like the price, it's kind of underpriced right now. The price is not reflecting. And I believe the reason for that is that they are waiting for the project to mint out, and then they're going to lay out their announcements, their roadmap. And that's why I believe that this project could go up in the next few days.
Absolutely. And you said that those are the creators of Stranger Things?
Sorry? They are working with the Nice brothers who are behind the Netflix show called Umbrella Academy. It's a really good show if you haven't watched it yet. It's one of my favorite shows on Netflix.
I've seen it. I've watched it a couple of times. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Can you post the mint link as well?
Yes, I have posted it.
You did? Okay.
My last.
Got
Sorry.
it.
I'll post it
Thank
again.
you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I just want to say one more thing about the NFT part. This is easy money for you guys if you're in the DCG, for whether if it's for crypto, whether if it's for Forex. If your main focus is on something else, that's okay. All you guys need to do is, even if you can show up at the call every week, Sister Rhoda posts a summary of everything we've discussed. All you need to do is just buy one of each of what we are calling in the server, in the summary, and in the long run, you're going to be in the green, because this is our track record since in the bear market. So imagine what we could do in the bear market, in the bull market. So even if you're not like super into NFTs, this is like a bonus that you can do. Like you can make free Ethereum off of this. You just need to follow the calls. You don't need to do research or anything. We do all of it for you, because that's what you guys are paying for. So regardless of what you're into, just follow the calls, look at the Discord, look at the summary that Sister Rhoda is posting, and just buy into whatever we are posting, because we have a pretty solid track record. It's kind of like a hidden gem in the NFT that not a lot of people know about us. So if you're already in the DCG, take advantage of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely take advantage of DCG Mastermind, especially if you're inside the group. And just remember, there's no dumb questions. If you just looking to come into DCG, you feel like you're overwhelmed or whatever, it's okay. We've all been there. And just remember, there's no dumb question. The only dumb question is the one that you don't ask. So we have a very strong, knit, tight community. Everyone is providing value and working together as a mastermind, as a team. And that's a direct reflection of our leader, Brother Jamar. So we got a lot of great masterminds inside our group. And Brother Shahab is one of them. Brother Mike is one of them. And we got several on the calls that are great masterminds as well.
Man, awesome. Man, appreciate all the work and everything else that goes into the NFT. And we moved this call to 6 o'clock so more people can show up that are at work during the day. The amount of money that's being made with NFTs, a lot of people turned away 6 months ago and the market was down. Well, it's starting to come back. And, the opportunity is like we're buying things low. People don't realize that Bored Apes, they were given out, right? A lot of the Clone X's we got for under $700-800. A lot of these things happen in the market when nobody is watching. And so that's a testament to Shahab and Brother Mo and the whole team that we always got eyes in the market. And our goal is to bring out, and give our members collectively, we look in the market and we find the best deals. We have, we kind of been in the space when it first started. So we know how to vet the deals out, and I leverage the experience and wisdom of being in the ups and downs of the market. We're not only here when the market is blazing in all the news and all the media. We're here when, vetting projects together. And so we have mastermind members that work and partner and, are on boards of different companies. So we get opportunities. And that is the real testament, is that we're working together to bring the best out. And so with that being said, I think we had another mastermind member that, he's been a vet in the mastermind since the beginning. And that's Cal, who's really respected in the NFT space. And, we were with Undead Blocks when they had like 30 people on their server. And now they're being vetted by, Game of the Year. So I don't know if Kyle is on this call.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Good looking out, Cal.
What's up, Coach?
Yeah, hey, Brother Mo and Shahab gave you a little bit of time to bless us with, a new introduction.
Yes, appreciate that 100%. Of course, if you don't know who I am Kyle. Like Coach there, Jamar said, I've been with DCG since the beginning, and I'm the Director of Business Development and Partnerships here at Undead Blocks and Wagyu Games. We've got some new actual partners that is coming out in the space here in the NFT space. It's going to do something amazing. They are bringing music and some other things into the space, and their name is Exceed. And we have a special guest here from them that is going to speak to you here and let you know all about what they're doing and what they have in take for you coming up. And his name is Julian. I'm going to ask him to unmute so he can come up and speak.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, sir.
Great. Thank you, guys. This is a fascinating walking into this little universe you guys have created here. It's really really insightful. So thank you for having me today.
Awesome, man. We
Oh, Jamar, I lost you there.
We lost you, Coach.
happy to have you as a guest.
Thank
Here.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. So shall we begin? I'd love to tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing, if that's all right.
Yes, sir. The floor is yours.
Wonderful. Thank you. So yeah, everybody. I think this will be of great interest to everybody on this call, given the nuance and depth that you guys are putting into looking at some of the plays and the analysis you're putting into how you're approaching the markets. So Exceed is an innovative new SEC compliant marketplace. And what we allow fans to do is safely and securely invest into the careers of artists. This ranges from the most popular artists in the world. The first artist we're coming out with is Lil Durk. But it also goes to up and coming artists, and it's artists and talent of any stripe or kind. So it can be comedians, it can be musicians, it can be athletes, right? But we're starting with the music vertical. So what we allow fans to do is gain access to this highly gatekept world, right, of talent investment. Typically, this space is dominated by private equity, major studios, venture funds, and ultra high net worth individuals, because there's an enormous cost to get into investing into valuable intellectual property or talent, right? The access is very limited. You see Bruce Springsteen's catalog going for $550 million. Bob Dylan's catalog going for $250. Justin Bieber just sold his catalog last week for $200 million, right? So what we do is we unlock over $1 trillion, honestly, in potential talent-related assets by allowing the talent to sell shares in their revenue streams to fans, right? So our saying here is turn your playlist into your investment portfolio, right? So we're creating a new investor class of fans who already have an emotional attachment to music. And in doing this, we're elevating the experience of fandom, allowing fans to own a piece of their favorite artists' revenue streams, earn dividends when those artists are successful, and all around creating an ecosystem that makes, that really makes music and makes art and makes fandom special again, because we live in this, ultra commoditized culture, sound bites, 20-second videos. And we're reimagining what the fan and artist connection can be. We are a fintech platform, but we like to call ourselves fantech for that point. So, the way this works is, I don't want to get too technical. I'm sure there'll be questions and we can dive into it. But we issue what we call fan shares, right? And these fan shares are shares that represent percentages of the income streams of these artists. And the fan shares allow the fans to earn dividends when the artist earns money. They can hold, they can sell, they can trade these shares on the Exceed marketplace. Again, Exceed is completely SEC compliant. We are a regulated environment for trading and buying shares, and we are also FINRA registered. So we are a registered broker dealer, and we are SEC compliant. So these are registered securities that you're buying, and all of the diligence and the reporting that goes into making that a reality is something Exceed handles, right? So with these fan shares, you not only earn dividends when those artists succeed or make money, but it also opens up an entire world of digital goods, collectibles, exclusive experiences, benefits, and rewards that can be accrued through your participation in the Exceed ecosystem, right? So, that is what we're up to. Like I said, the first artist we're rolling out with is Little Dirk, the hip hop artist. We will be doing a $600,000 offering through his new single Bedtime with Duty Low. And fans are going to have the opportunity to buy 50% of the royalty earnings to that song. That really, we are here to create an entertainment industry that is truly owned and operated by artists and fans. And this new vision that is a world that we think is a lot more enjoyable and brings back the magic of being a fan and takes it to entirely new heights, right? Not only do you love the music and you're participating with it on, an exclusive and scale where you're basically a partner in the career of this artist, but you're also earning dividends when they succeed, right? So we currently have a pre-sale open for the Little Dirk OTF Exceed Pass. Now, what is this? This is an NFT, and what it does a few things, right? The top line there is it confers, or it gives you the priority list access to the Little Dirk IPO, right? Because all of these fan shares, by the way, they're Reg A. If you want to look it up, Regulation A is the statute under the SEC guidelines. It's a Reg A mini IPO, which means if you do a Regulation A public offering, you can raise up to $75 million if you so choose, right? It's basically a form of, it's considered a form legally of crowdfunding, right? So what it does is it allows you, what owning this NFT gives you, is it allows you to get priority list access to that sale, meaning you will get access before the general public to buy as many or as few shares as you'd like. In addition to that, you will have no platform fees and you will incur no trading fees if and when you decide you want to trade those shares, right? So when you hold this NFT, those benefits we call the Exceed Platinum Club. So you are now a member of the Exceed Platinum Club. You get all those benefits for the Little Dirk IPO, but also every other IPO that comes down the Exceed pipeline. So you will always get priority list access as long as you hold this NFT, right? So, and that's $150 a year value. It's a membership product that we have on the platform. In addition to that, there are 3 tiers of differing rarity that will be revealed after the mint. So after the NFT sale, if you hold on to them, you don't want to flip them. You hold on to them for a couple days, and we will reveal which NFT tier you received. The most common tier provides you this Exceed Platinum membership and a fun little novelty. It's called the Conductor Stem Player, and it's very interesting. It's an app within an NFT, so you can pull it up on OpenSea, and you can literally remix the song in real time. You can make your own mix and record it if you want. You could also just say, hey, I want to take out the vocals and just listen to the beat, or I want to take out the drums and just listen to you can create your own mix, right? So by the way, every NFT will have a stem player attached to it with a different skin or a different design. But that's tier 1. Tier 2, you will get everything tier 1 receives, but you'll also get VIP concert tickets whenever Dirk is in your town on his next tour. Which of course you could, if you chose, you can arbitrage that. Those tickets are a baseline cost. To get nosebleed tickets at a Little Dirk concert costs about $175. These NFTs will cost $33. And then finally, with the final package, you receive everything that you get in tier 1 and tier 2, but you also get to join a virtual meet and greet with Little Dirk, of which only 333 people will be present. So again, these are more fan benefits. In addition to the overall Exceed Platinum Club membership you will receive. And again, it's at a $33 price point. Our goal really is to bring people into the Exceed ecosystem, reward them for being here early. And part of what we want to do is continue to confer rewards and benefits for the people that buy these earliest collectibles within the Exceed ecosystem, right? So this OTF Exceed Pass is what the NFT is called. And you can see Bedtime, Little Dirk, and Duty Low right there. That's the name of the song. And the OTF Exceed Pass is the product. It's really about the NFT layer of Exceed is really a delivery mechanism, again, for fan experience and also reward accrual and just general access and, the sort of VIP status within the Exceed ecosystem. And then also, VIP experiences that the artist wants to, confer to the NFT. So that's what we're doing with Dirk. That's what we have started. The pre-sale is actually live now. And I know that Kyle is going to be, giving the entire community pre-sale access, and we're going to be running it for the next few days. And there's actually going to be a slight discount too on that pre-sale. And again, the pre-sale is obviously happening before the open mint. So that is what we're doing at Exceed. Hopefully that sounds interesting to everybody. I'd love to answer more questions. I know you guys like to get technical here, and I'd love to dive into the actual mechanics of how a Reg A IPO is put together, what you're actually buying when you buy the shares, how these revenue streams are create how these revenue streams flow back to the investor. But I'd love to, just chat openly and answer as many questions as we can while we're here.
So, Julian, thank you for joining us tonight and everything. What is the supply again?
Yes. So with the NFT, it is 3,333, right? With the shares will be announced. The total amount of the shares will be announced as we get closer to the IPO date. But what will be for the IPO is 50% of the royalty earnings to his next song, Bedtime, will be fractionalized in shares, right? That will be, again, the IPO, and I want to be very clear about this. The NFT, the OTF Exceed Pass, is not a royalty or dividend bearing asset. It is a collectible, and it is a pass that can aggregate reward benefits and access to different things within the Exceed ecosystem and Little Dirk's career. When the IPO occurs, the fan shares, which are SEC regulated securities trading on Exceed, those are the dividend and royalty bearing assets, right? So you have two mechanisms, two products here, right? One is rewards, access, membership into the Exceed community, and if you will, Exceed Alpha, right? You are getting early access to every offering that comes across Exceed to these investment opportunities. The other, the fan shares, are the mechanism through which you will be able to earn royalties and dividends by investing into artists. So I just want to be super clear about that so there's no confusion. When you're dealing with the SEC, they are not the biggest fan of NFTs. So they make it quite stern that we are abundantly clear about this separation. So, think about it as as you would. The NFT is, again, it's like your rewards card. When you're flying on an airplane and you got your Chase rewards card and you're accruing reward points and you're getting special benefits and experiences. That's what the NFT is, right? It's the delivery mechanism for those things and the way that you can aggregate those rewards. The fan shares are the stocks. That is the stock you are buying on a fintech platform, which is Exceed. So just want to be super clear about that so everyone can delineate the difference of the two. The NFT is collectible, and our goal is to drive a ton of value back to the earliest NFTs that we create within the Exceed ecosystem, the OTF Exceed Pass included.
Julian, I have a question.
Yep.
In regards to the royalty, is it only on just Exceed website, or it's going to be across the board, radio, Spotify, Apple?
That's a great question, man. So yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So when the artist is creating an IPO, right, what they can do is they can take any revenue streams they would like and any percentage of those revenue streams they'd like and put it in what we call a TRIA, which is a talent-related income agreement. That basically says between the artist and Exceed, the artist is saying, all right, Exceed, we're going to put, and these are hypothetical numbers, right? Again, Dirk is putting 50% of his revenue. So to answer that question specifically, 50% of all of the revenue the master recording creates, which is streaming, radio, non-interactive radio, which is like Pandora, that is being fractionalized in shares, and that is what will pay the dividends. Okay. So, but going back to how this works, you get a TRIA, talent-related income agreement. The talent can put any revenue streams and any percentages they want into that income agreement. Right? They could say, I'm going to do 20% of my sound recordings. I'm going to do 50% of my touring and 30% of my merch. Great. We say, awesome. Let's do it. We then take that TRIA, and that talent-related income agreement is put, all of those revenue streams are put into an LLC, right? And that LLC is then fractionalized. The ownership units of that LLC are then fractionalized and made and put forth in a public offering for investors to come in and buy shares, right? So at that point, those revenue streams are actually not coming to the artist anymore. Those revenue streams are coming from whatever vendor is paying them out. And part of these trias is Exceed and the artist sign letters of direction. So Spotify knows, okay, instead of sending this to Little Dirk, we're sending it to Bedtime LLC, right? Which is administered by Exceed, and again is basically put forth the rigor on a regularly reported basis to the SEC to make sure we are maintaining and doing everything by the regulatory compliance and playbook, right? So now these revenue streams are flowing straight to Exceed, straight to the shareholders, and every dividend period, which it can be different, right? With music, Spotify pays out twice, once a month. PROs pay out about 6 times a year, depending on the type of royalty. So whenever these payments come in, they are going straight from Exceed, straight from that LLC into everyone's accounts, right? So specifically Dirk, it's 50% of the sound recording revenue. That's all the streaming, all the radio, all the downloads. All of that is going through his LLC and being paid out as dividends to shareholders. And in general, whether you're an artist, a comedian, an NFT project, right? If an NFT project wanted to IPO its earnings and say, hey, we're going to IPO 50% of our secondary market sales, and we're actually going to sell shares instead of NFTs and let you guys buy in, right? Could be an athlete with their endorsement deals. That is how it flows technically and how we set it up. So, that's kind of the nuts and bolts behind how a reggae mini IPO works and the mechanics of it.
Julian, thank you. He has a question in the chat. He said, Brother Crypto Black is asking, are you guys working with all publishing companies, BMI, ASCAP, and CSAC, etc.?
Yes. So now, really, the performance rights organizations, right? They collect for a few things. They collect for terrestrial radio, which is, FM, AM. They collect for non-interactive radio, things like Pandora. They collect for sync licensing revenue when things are played on television, right? And the royalties that are created. The performance rights organizations, on the behalf of the sound recordings, do not collect for streaming, right? That's paid out directly by the DSPs as Spotify and Apple Music. So we have letters of direction for any artist who's coming in for all applicable performance rights organizations and distributors who are paying out the royalty revenue. In this case, if we want to get specific with Little Dirk, Empire Records collects the royalties from streaming, from Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, you name it. And then they are directing 50% of that revenue back into Bedtime LLC. And then that is being paid out to the shareholders as dividends on an accounting basis that's dependent on when the revenue comes in. Again, PROs pay on a regular but more infrequent basis, and the streaming services pay on a more frequent basis with regular accounting. It can be monthly, or it could be every 2 months.
Thank you. Julian, we have another question from someone named Tink. What's the process of selecting the artists? Is there a certain criteria?
Great question. Yeah, so Exceed is highly curated for at this time being. We are underwriting deals with artists, and we are choosing artists that do two things. One, create a strong variety or cross section of investment opportunities that can fit different theses. Right. With Dirk, you're talking about top 5 hip hop artists in terms of streaming and just overall engagement numbers in the industry. We also are offering in this first season, if you will, artists who have not even released the project yet, but we think have a lot of talent and skill. And then there's artists in between who have 500,000 monthly listeners, 1 million monthly listeners, right? We have a pipeline of several more artists who are on the same level as Dirk from a monthly streaming standpoint and fame standpoint, a few that are actually well above Dirk. And we also have a lot of different things like catalogs, right? Music catalogs of legacy music that has shown to be evergreen and have earned consistently for 20, 30 years. We also have a lot of artists who again are just up and coming, right? This is an early opportunity to get to know an artist and be at the beginning of their career. So that is how we're curating based off of the criteria of putting forth, a strong index of artists. And then second to that is artists that, we believe are actual strong investments opportunities. A little bit of background on the team. The president of Exceed is a gentleman named Anthony Martini. Anthony was an early talent manager. He managed Little Dicky and Tyga, were his two first major flagship artists. Started the label that he signed them to, grew them into international superstars, proceeded to do that with many of what people would call SoundCloud rappers and sort of the more indie DIY musicians coming up in the, early and mid 2000s. He then went on to become the CEO of Royalty Exchange, which at present is the #1 royalty marketplace in the world. Thing about Royalty Exchange that's different than Exceed. At Royalty Exchange, you have to be an accredited investor, and there's only 1-to-1 sales. So you cannot fractionalize like we're doing at Exceed. It's not retail investing. You have to have bare minimum, probably about 30 to 50K liquid to start investing. And you see sales on Royalty Exchange going all the way into the 7 figures and beyond. So Anthony was the CEO of Royalty Exchange, and then he became the president of Exceed. And throughout the company, we have a very, what we believe, a very talented, with really dozens of decades of experience within the music industry, in talent scouts, A&Rs, and in general executives who, we feel strongly that we have a really great track record on curating great artists and investment opportunities. Over time, in the next 18 months, artists will be able to openly use the Exceed platform as they do, platforms like WeFunder or Kickstarter, right, or Republic. Of course, they will go through a vetting period, and they will have to comply with the regulatory, standards of the SEC and make sure that they, are, if they're not willing to do that reporting and go through that rigor, then they're not going to be on the platform. So that's something you can be assured of. But eventually it will become an open platform. And throughout the future of Exceed, we see about 75% of the offerings being, more or less artist driven, where they're doing it themselves and they have maybe a representative that helps them through the process, and 10% being these, large scale artists like Little Dirk. At the beginning, however, it is almost going to be every artist is going to be, basically handpicked and given the white glove treatment with Exceed. So hopefully that's helpful in understanding our approach, as well as how we intend to scale the marketplace over time, and make it more of a two-sided open marketplace between fans and artists.
Julian, I have one more question. What differentiates you guys from Royal?
So that's really interesting. I'm a fan of Royal. I think what they're doing is cool. We're very similar. The only difference is Royal is not SEC compliant. So they are selling, and I don't want to say this in a derogatory way, but they are selling unregistered securities. So they are essentially committing security fraud by selling NFTs as securities. Per their license agreement, per their agreements, they I forget what they call them, but they refer to their licenses as some sort of legal workaround, and that they're not actually legally obligated to pay you the royalties or something of that nature. I wish I had this on hand at the moment, but regardless, SEC is not SEC compliant. So when you're buying from Royal, you are buying unregulated securities, and there is the definite reality that there will be some sort of reckoning between Royal and the SEC. Now, whether they decide that they have a deep well of cash and they want to just fight the legal battle, that's their discretion. But that is the main difference. You are not buying SEC regulated securities. There's no regulation, and there are no assurances that anything is being done within compliance. So that's the main thing with Royal. Now, again, their product is fairly elegant, right? It's an NFT. Anyone anonymously can go buy it, and they're going to send the royalties to your wallet. With Exceed, you must do a KYC AML. There's an ID verification. that might not be popular with people who want to maintain anonymity in a sort of DeFi landscape. But at the end of the day, that is what it takes to ensure a compliant and regulated and ultimately safe trading environment. We do see a world where the NFT, an NFT technology or an NFT token or barcode, if you will, are tied to the securities themselves. But that's a longer road with the SEC. That's a longer conversation. And we do intend to lead regulation at Exceed, but we also plan to do things compliantly so we can be that assured, regulated, compliant, and safe, safe marketplace where if investors and fans care about that, well, they can come to us and they can rest assured that we are taking care of regulatory compliance and doing things by the book. In addition to that, Royal is focused on shares and selling, the NFTs that confer royalties. Exceed we're also more concerned about the deeper fan experience. For us, it's about elevating the fan experience, making it magical again, making it sacred again. That means when you used to, if people are old enough here, you went and bought a vinyl record, or even you went, in the 90s, early 2000s to buy a CD, and there was that rollout and the magazines and the romance of all of that process and just the fun of that experience. We want to not only bring that back, but we want to redefine and elevate it. So, and with Exceed, you are getting shares in the artist you love. So when they make money, you make money. In addition to that, creating really, fun experiences, tactile products, certificates of, that are sent directly to you. And, this kind of a ceremonial, fun process where you buy the shares and you receive your certificate and you receive a package of things. And it's, it's a really enjoyable process, and it brings a whole narrative to the album rollout. And, you're able to do things like participate in saying, hey, what outfit is Lil Durk going to wear in the music video? How should the music video be shot? Everyone, the investors and the fans get a say in these things. And this is the process and immersion that we're really getting into, which again, it's Exceed is a fintech app, but we want to call it fan tech, right? Because we're bringing the magic back to the fandom experience and elevating it to a place it's never been before, both in the fact that you can now turn your playlist into your investment portfolio, but you're also getting closer, and getting that special moment where you're getting packages of things, physical things and experiences that are only for the shareholders, right? And making that exciting. So that, I think, that's on the surface level, that's the difference. We're compliant, they are not. And also our philosophy and what we want to do is more fan driven than artist driven. While the artists have, hundreds of reasons as to why this would make sense. We're talking about, debt-free financing. We're talking about artistic freedom. We're talking about owning your IP and owning your the way that you want to move through your career, deepening the relation between fans and your work, and giving elevating your album or song rollout through this process. But we are focused really on the fans. Royal, their messaging is more focused on the artists. The artists make money and everybody wins by the artists making money. We kind of reverse that. We say, yes, the artists this is good for the artists, but really it's about making this magical for the fans and making sure both win, obviously, and succeed at, the highest level. But we're trying to make unforgettable experiences and, dividend bearing investments for the fans.
Thanks, Julian. You did a great job.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, Julian. Julian. My bad. We have there's a Kenneth that asked what type of genre, and then Stephanie asked a question, what is your social media presence to this date? So 2 questions.
Great, yeah. So genre, again, it can be any artist, and really with Exceed, the way it's set up, we are, we can technically IPO any revenue stream. Like if you were a plumber and said, hey, I make a $200K a year, I want to do half of it, in Bob's Plumbing, we can do any revenue stream, but we are a talent and creative driven platform. So we're only doing talent and creatives, right? So with Durk, obviously he's a hip hop artist, more specifically, if you want to get into subgenres, regional, Chicago, drill, trap music. But there will be a whole spectrum of types of music, from production music and film score soundtracks to legacy, crooners from the 40s, to hip hop, to country, to, legacy rock artists, right? Going to be a whole spectrum. So we, again, Exceed really, our goal in the first 18 months is to provide a diversified and full spectrum offering of investment opportunities that can fit anyone's thesis as they get acquainted with the concept of investing into talent. So if you're like, hey, I want to go try to find the next Post Malone before he pops off, I want to find a guy who is doing nothing yet and I believe in, great. Hey, I want to invest in a more established artist like Little Dirk, where I can see for the last 5 years he's been earning, X amount of money per year from streaming. I want to invest in, classic rock artists who have been around for 40 years. And I can guarantee that this is going to be, a 6% return on my investment from historicals, right? And by the way, that's the fun thing about music, not to digress too far down this rabbit hole, but music is an uncorrelated investment. That means that when the economy is down and not doing so well, people still listen to music. Right. So when the stock market is dipping, when the S&P 500 is going up and down, music stays as a stable dividend and royalty bearing asset. And in fact, music publishing yield has outperformed the S&P 500 every year for the last 35 years by a margin of 5 to 16%. Right. Music and alcohol. That's funny. Yeah, basically. Right. And things like movies, films. Right. People just keep on engaging in entertainment and the things that make them feel good, even more so when things are bad, right? So music is an uncorrelated investment class. We're giving people access to it. I think that's really, unique. So again, we're giving people this diverse range of investment opportunities that fit their thesis as they learn about this. Really, we're creating learning about a class, how these people can become a new class of investor. Yes, you're investing in an asset class that have historically been only in the purview of high net worth individuals, but now we're bringing that to the masses through fractionalized investing. And now there's an opportunity for this, this investor class to learn about what they're investing in and develop their thesis. And we want to give people a diverse array of opportunities. So it's going to be all the way from legacy artists that, are basically, household names in the world for the last 40, 50 years, and up to new guys who are household name like Little Dirk, all the way to, guys and girls who are just coming out and show a ton of promise, and you can get in early, at a bargain price. Right. So that's what our, that's what the general selection is going to be like at Exceed over the next year. As far as socials are concerned, we have about 13,000 followers on Twitter. You can find us at Exceed Funds. We have about 16.7K on Instagram, and we have a Discord community where we're at about 4,900 people so far. We've been growing our socials in earnest for about 60 days. With Exceed, a little bit of color there. We've been a company for 2.5 years, right? We just announced our existence a couple of months ago. In those 2.5 years, we spent $5.3 million on talent to help other artists bring their own reggae mini IPOs to market with private investors to show proof of concept, right? We built our mobile app, which is a fully functioning fintech marketplace and platform where these IPOs will be conducted. And we, just at the end of last year, we raised another $8 million from BRM, which is one of the leading venture funds in the fintech space in the world. They're the lead investor in eToro, and we also another investor in that round was CrowdCheck. And we have another round getting filled out right now. So we've been around, we've shown proof of concept, but we've done it quietly. So in the last 60 days, we made a hard push to come out and tell the world, hey, here we are. But that's where we stand at socials right now. And again, we have about 13.3K on Twitter as well. So, and those are the platforms where we really are, we made our initial presence: Twitter, Discord, and Instagram. And in the coming, months, as we lead into the Dirk IPO, you're going to see a lot more of us across, TikTok, YouTube, and Google specifically. So hope that is helpful.
Yes, I do have a question for you, Julian. I want to go back to the NFT. The pre-sale. For the pre-sale. So I just want to make sure I understand this. So, the price of the pre-sale, are we paying that in ETH, or you can pay with a credit card or a
You can
debit
pay-
card?
Yep, you can pay with the credit and debit card. We're actually not taking crypto for the pre-sale, so the pre-sale is only with credit card and debit card. And then the NFT will be sent to your a wallet that is a Crossmint wallet. So it's done by Crossmint, who are the same checkout provider for credit card and debit card that Magic Eden uses. And then you will easily be able to transfer the NFT from your Crossmint wallet to your hot wallet if you so desire. And if you want to leave it in your Crossmint wallet, that wallet is fine. It's yours, and you can keep it in that wallet, and it's tied to your email address. Or again, you can transfer it out to your MetaMask, immediately if you'd like, once the NFTs are airdropped.
Okay. On the point of transferring to our MetaMask, is there a gas associated with that we got to pay, or y'all got to eat that?
No, we're going to take care of the gas on the airdrops.
Okay. What about transferring the NFT to our MetaMask?
That would be paid by you guys. Yep. So if you want to transfer it to your MetaMask, you pay gas, but you do it at downtime, closer to the nighttime in the Eastern United States, probably looking at $1 or $2, $3 to transfer it into your wallet.
Okay. So with the fractional shares, so when we purchase the pre-sale, which will grant us the NFT, right?
Yes.
Will that also grant us access to purchase the fractional shares? Or is that okay?
Yep. So everyone who holds the NFT is going to get priority list access to the Little Dirk sale. That means NFT holders are going to get access before the general public, right? So there's going to be a window where everyone who holds an NFT is going to be able to go buy shares. And if the NFT holders buy up all the shares, then so be it. If there's none to go public, then that's the nature of it. But everyone gets first dibs. And not only for Dirk, but if you continue to hold the NFT, which is called the OTF Exceed Pass, OTF is Dirk's record label, you will get priority access to every IPO on the Exceed platform. So that means you're going to get that, that alpha opportunity to buy shares before anybody else, before the general public does. In addition to that, holding the NFT will waive all platform fees on Exceed for you on every purchase. And it also will eliminate trading fees if and when you decide you want to trade your shares to other people, right? So it's really a long-term play. And we're going to confer a lot of other value to the early NFT holders in the Exceed ecosystem. For Little Dirk, we had a free mint that happened last month called the Rookie Class Mint. And probably the next several collections that we do on Exceed are all going to have outsized benefits within our ecosystem. But when it comes to rewards and accrual of rewards and all of these interesting and fun, exciting initiatives, people who get these NFTs will be rewarded in a unique way. So that's what the pass allows you to do. In addition, depending on the rarity of which one you get, that'll happen after you mint. There's going to be a reveal. Think of it like opening a pack of Pokemon cards and you don't know what you're going to get. Different NFTs will have different perks. Some will have free concert tickets attached to them. Some will have meet and greets with Little Dirk attached to them, right? So, those things in themselves are, of very high value. Again, a Dirk concert ticket at the cheapest you're going to get on Ticketmaster is, $150, $175 after fees. So yeah, that is how it works. The NFT allows you priority list access. Technically, the SEC, you can't call it a pre-sale, but it's before the general public. And that is really, for us, that we think that's what we think is the most exciting benefit, is the fact that you're going to get that for Dirk, but you're also going to get that for every IPO that occurs on the Exceed platform for as long as you hold that NFT. And then if you ever trade it to somebody, they get the same benefits.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask you another question? Is Exceed, for your long-term vision, are you guys looking to get bought out?
I think this would be a great question for Anthony, the president, or Yori, the CEO. I think at the end of the day, what Exceed does is we do not directly compete or try to outshine or eat, there's no real, it's not competition. We are another tool in the Rolodex for artists, right? So if you're an artist And you could have a major record label deal and say, shoot, I want to actually, you know, I own 30% of my recording still with my record label deal. I want to go fractionalize 15% of them because it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to get me potentially, you know, 3 to 4 years of money right now. It's going to, so that's nice for me, right? It's debt-free financing. In exchange, it's going to get my fans engaged to the point where instead of me earning that money, now they're earning that money in their return, you know, beyond that, you know, for life. And on top of that, now they're going to be hyper engaged with me, right? So we can be a tool to a major label artist. We could also be a tool to an independent artist, right? Who still has managers and a distributor, you know, and say it's Create Music Group or STEM, right? So we become a tool in the you know in the tool belt, if you will, for artists, labels, equity funds that acquire catalogs, distributors who handle the royalties. We become a tool for all of them. And that's why ultimately the product at Exceed is, again, the elevation and the redefining of the fan experience. We are going to make that fan experience magical again, right? And it's done by, you're going to earn money when your favorite artists earn money. So you're going to earn royalties alongside of them. You become their business partner. In addition to that, again, the way we can empower album rollouts, make a physical package product that you get sent to you that is special and, you know, awesome, right? And perks, VIP exclusives, interactions with the artist. We are here to make that experience of being a fan and fandom a magical experience again, right? So with that being said, we probably will be a very attractive platform for a major label or a major media aggregator to acquire. You know, as a venture funded company, that probably is, you know, there's usually two routes when you take venture. You're either going to get an exit or you're going to IPO, right? So, you know, Exceed is on that trajectory because we are a venture funded startup. And, you know, again, we're a startup, but we're established company. We've been around for a few years, as I noted earlier. So though that probably is the end game for Exceed, IPO or an exit. But that being said, our trajectory and the things we have to do remain the same regardless what that end outcome is. We are going to we're here to redefine the fan experience, and we're here to be a partner to every major player within, you know, the music and entertainment ecosystem, from the film studios to the music labels to the private equity funds, you know, and beyond.
Okay, thanks a lot, Julian. Great, you did good, very good job. Thanks, my man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Do we have
Anybody else got any questions?
That is a lot of good. That's a lot of good information. A lot of good information.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Anybody else got any other questions?
Song, you know, and give me some royalties stuff, NFTs and stuff. That is awesome. Let's see.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, we don't have any more questions. We'll do that giveaway soon, but we want to make sure we answer everybody's questions. We'll leave no questions unintended.
Well, I got one question for you, Julian. You might have mentioned this. How long you been in the music game?
Man, wow, that's a fun question. So I started writing music for television and film when I was about 18 years old. I'm 30 now. I did that for about 10 years. I was living in Los Angeles at the time. I had just moved over there. And my neighbor was actually Lauryn Hill's guitar player in just a little apartment in Venice. And we started playing guitar together and like jamming and whatnot. And then he said, hey, you know, when I'm not on the road or, you know, in the studio, I write music for TV and I have like extra work. Do you want to write music for this MTV show Catfish? So I started writing, you know, some music, and then, you know, fast forward a couple of years, him and I are business partners, and we're writing music for every show under the sun between like 2012 and 2017. So American Pickers, Duck Dynasty, Pawn Stars, Shark Tank, Shameless on HBO, you know, all the Vice stuff, like the Vice documentaries, Vice News. So we did that for a long time, and it came to the point where we were basically managing a large stable of writers and overseeing them and really it's a crash course in the music publishing and administration business. So that's what I did for a long time. And then I transitioned more into the business side of the equation, just because, especially in the sync licensing industry, again, great for investors. That is a regular yield, and those shows become syndicated, and you can trust that that mailbox money's coming in every quarter. But the nature of the industry, it's very gate kept. So if you want to continue to write for the big shows and the big networks, they're taking big cuts, and that's something that's happened over time. That the networks got hip, and they were like, hey, you're making all these royalties from it. Like, if you want to be on our hit show, we're going to take the royalties too. They got smart. Transition to the other side of it. Started acquiring and administering more catalogs, that name of the game, a lot of film and TV stuff, a lot of trailer music that you can hear on, a lot of different trailers. If any of you guys are content creators, not to shill or, too much or anything, but you can check us out, personamusic.io. We're a music library, where we administer, thousands and thousands of tracks that are from the same shows and films that I've mentioned and studios. So that's, one business that I started a few years ago that really deals in the administrative side of music. So when it comes to that, that's where I learned my crash course in music administration and licensing. I met Anthony, the president of Exceed. We were actually dealing with a bunch of legacy artist IP. Won't name any names, but a very famous family out of Gary, Indiana. And we wanted to do something with royalty exchange. Fast forward, Anthony and I had a lot of the same ideas when it came to music, when it came to the future of music, when it came to the financialization of music from a retail perspective. And when it came to the emergence of Web3 and the ultimate endpoint of an internet that is, owned by users and builders and governed by tokens. That was a future that we both saw, a lot of value in. So Anthony and I started collaborating, doing stuff. He's like, hey, I'm going to become president of this company called Exceed. Would you like to join me as my sort of right hand? And we run the US wing of this company because Exceed is actually an Israeli-based company. So that's where we are today. So Anthony, made that proposition last September, and we just hit the ground running. The first artist we signed was Little Dirk, and here we are today.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you. Oh, there's a question from Gregory. His question is, if he owns the OTF NFT and Little Dirk has a concert in a different city from his own, can he sell the tickets to someone else?
Yeah, you can claim the tickets and you'd be able to sell them on, any sort of third party, marketplace, whether it's StubHub or whatnot, or you could sell the NFT if the potential buyers are in the NFT marketplace and you want to sell the NFT. But if you just want to sell the tickets, you could claim the tickets and then sell them through any registered third party dealer, again, like StubHub or SeatGeek or something like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. I see someone saying where you guys based at. So the company is based in Israel, and then the US wing of the company is based in New York City.
So Mike, you might to go down there, man. You guys gonna be in a NYC?
We're not going to have a presence this year, but we do have a few conventions coming up that we will be doing some sponsoring and some doing some sponsored events at. So look out for us. I actually don't want to speak too soon, as I'm not in the on that side of the the business too readily.
Yep.
But I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Exceed logo on a few promotions for sure. But as of right now, I don't believe that we're going to have an event. But who knows? I am not the guy for that. I am on the asset side of the equation and the administration side.
Hey, Kyle.
Yes, Kyle. Sir. Yes, sir.
Hey man, you're in the city, man. Julie and all of my drinks on me, man. We're gonna do something out here.
Yes, sir. You know how it is. When I come up there, I got somebody else you got to meet also. I got somebody actually lives pretty close to you in Jersey.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. You know it's about music. I'm there.
That's why I told you. Wait till we was dropping what we were dropping. I know you'd be the first here popping.
I'm catching it too.
Hey, looking forward to that too, Crypto Black, NFT NYC and Bitcoin Miami. So we're gonna meet even more people in the space, give you more information to bring back to you guys. So surely appreciate that information. That's a lot of information. We can actually go back, utilize a lot of great projects to take advantage of too as well. Appreciate it again, sir. Appreciate that as well, Mr. Gordon. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. So we got $300 to give away real quick, and we're gonna give you guys our time back. So, man, let me see who we got. Now I would hit a drum roll, but I ain't gonna hit it though. But one thing I want to say, I appreciate everybody for attending this call. Let's see who we got. Who is Tink? Tink, you won the $300. So I'm gonna tell you what Tink is. Send me a message on Messenger. You can find me by just typing in Michael Miller. You'll find me, or you see the actual live recording of this particular call. You can click that and send me a message in Messenger. Let me know how you want those funds, your PayPal or Ethereum. But let me give you a suggestion before you choose payment method. I would suggest Ethereum. The reason why I say that because brother Shahab mentioned the shells, entities, they're like $189. So that $300. And last time me and Crypto Black did a giveaway, we gave away $500. And the people who won that money, they actually saw an increase of what, about 14% over like what, 2-3 week period. So that $300, take that $300 with NFTs. So we just gave you funds to use to flip some NFTs that brother Shahab just gave out on this call. So hey, that's how to make money work. But whoever think is, send me a message. Send me a message on Messenger. Congratulations. Man,
I'm
I
Tink,
freaking
brother
love
Mike.
calls like this. Yes,
Brother
sir.
Mike. Yeah, Tink is me, brother. Just send it to me, brother.
I got you, brother. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all.
I got two accounts, brother.
Awesome, brother.
I got two.
You got two accounts.
Yeah, I got two. So Tink is me, man.
Just let me know which one to send it to. I got you. Just let me know.
Right.
I appreciate you, brother Mo. Hey, he come on and drop these NFT gems with Nifty Gateway. I remember when he first started talking about Nifty Gateway, I was like, man, they freaking killing it, And you don't have to strain yourself to learn that concept of NFTs, and it just flows so easy. And he does a great job of putting it out there on the schedule for us. Everything is scheduled out. We can just simply just click and go and print the money the way he does it. I appreciate you, brother Mo. Brother Shahab, I want to say he's still on the call. I appreciate you too, sir. It's Klein Gordon. Hey, appreciate you. We see you in April in NYC. I'm gonna run on up there. We're gonna get us some pizza, and we're gonna go to Weehawken, get us some of that chicken with that sauce that me and Crypto Black ate. We're gonna have a good time.
The Henny sauce, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. But other than that, hey, this call right here is one of our regular DCG calls, but we wanted to bless you guys with that value tonight on an open call setting. But I appreciate everybody that was in attendance. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to brother Mo, brother Shahab, and me. We will make sure you get whatever information you need to help you be successful. These links that were dropped on tonight's call, I will put them on the main live in the comment section. So you can go back and get them, click on them, you can get them there. So I copied everything so you guys can do that. So it was streamed live, Miss Stephanie. It was streamed live to my page, DCG page, Start Trading Group, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. It's everywhere. I got on Restream. It's everywhere. So yeah, it's everywhere. You better find it. But if anybody have anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Appreciate you guys. We'll give you guys our time back. Hope everybody have a blessed night, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Brother Mike. Thank you, Brother
Hey,
Kyle.
ain't no problem. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, Julian.
Welcome. Y'all
Thank
have a
you,
great
guys.
night.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Hey, you too. You too. Appreciate you.